Hey, what's up, everybody? You may be hearing about ChatGPT 5. You may or may not have heard already about Chat Agents. Well, in this video, I'm going to walk you through what I learned in the last 24 hours about agents and how you can use it. Well, the best way to think about agents are it's a computerized bot that will actually do a series of tasks for you. So, let's say you want to do some research for some content that you're creating. Now, you could go and you can go to your browser and you can start to search for blogs and content, all this kind of stuff, and do it yourself, but you don't have the time to do that. Or you can go on AI and ChatGPT and just ask AI, give me some topics, right? Well, that's one way. But what if you could do some deep research? Well, that's where the bots come in. So let me show you how this all works. Now, if you have access to a paid account with ChatGPT 5, then you will be able to do this. We're going to start on the little plus sign here. We're going to drop that down and we're going to click on agent mode. Okay. Now, as you see here, it says 33 left until September 11th. So that means that you only have a certain amount of these that you can actually run. So I'm going to do this for researching for my marketing business, but I'm just going to show you how this all works. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Now, next to it is a sources dropdown. It does integrate with other applications. And right now it's Google Drive, Google Calendar, Gmail, and Canva. Now, I was playing around with Canva last night and telling the bot to go into my Canva account and create some social media ads. And it did. Once I was able to log it in, it was going into my account, it was creating the ad, and it was doing all that kind of stuff. But we're going to use some research today. So I'm going to go here, I'm going to describe the task. Okay, so I didn't want you to sit there and watch me type this all out because your time is important. So here's what I came up with. I want you to go online and do an in-depth research. Do an in-depth research on the top search topics around automation and go high level, which is what we work in, as well as what business owners are needing help with. Once you do this, I want you then to compile a list of these topics and put them into a Google Sheet. This is going to include things like the relevant articles you found on this topic, the proposed angle we could create content on, as well as a catchy hook that we could use. In your research, I then want you to go to YouTube and look up these topics and give me the top 3 ranking videos for each of these topics, including them in the Google Sheet. I want you to work fast to achieve this goal. Now, because I want to make a Google Sheet, I am going to turn on Google Drive here as the connection, and we're going to go ahead and hit go. Now, what it's going to do is really quite remarkable. As you see here, it's setting up a desktop. It's creating a virtual environment where it's actually going to be running a emulated computer and bringing up a browser and doing all that research. Now, what OpenAI has said is this combines its ability to do multiple tasks as well as deep research, which is also another function of AI and ChatGPT 5. So as we see here, we can watch it do everything that it's doing, and it tells you in real time what it's doing. Right? And we're just in reading mode. Now, if you hit these 3 dots here, I can take over the browser. So I could click this and actually click on a website it's bringing up, which is really cool. Now, while it's doing this, and this can take several minutes, I want to tell you something that I did last night. We are doing some work with professional speakers, and I wanted to reach out to the top 20 professional speakers in Canada. So what I did is I asked the bot to go research the top 20 professional speakers in Canada that are also members of CAPS, which is the Canadian Association of Professional Speakers, and give me in a spreadsheet as much contact details as possible, as well as go to Google Speed ranking and give me the speed of their website. So I have some details about that, as well as a quick summary of what they specialize in, and I threw in for fun to see if it would do it, an interesting fact about them. And to my surprise, it did just that. I went and checked back, and there was a table with everything that I asked for. So as we see this go through, we're just going to let it go. I'm going to pause the video, and we're just going to hop back in just a second with Video Magic and show you what it outputs. I want to pop back in here and just show you this part here. So the step what I said about YouTube, as we can see it doing it live here, it pulled up YouTube, and it's starting to go and search for this content that's on there, which is quite remarkable to see that it's actually doing this stuff for you. So you can go ahead and get it to do multiple steps of things. So think about that, what you can do in your business or get the agents to do for you. So just hold on, we'll get the final results here momentarily. Okay, so I'm back again. Just want to show you something else because this is a great process. It's doing some very in-depth stuff, but you can actually do other things while this bot is running. So I'm going to go back and show you what I've done with the previous one I mentioned about finding those speakers. So here's what I told it to do. Go and find 20 public speakers in Canada who have websites who are members of this organization. Find more information about them as possible. Put them into a Google Doc, looking for name, email, phone, if possible, what they can speak about on the website. So all the stuff I told you that I put in there. It worked for 34 minutes. It went and did this. Now, I did not have to sit around and wait for this. I said it, and then here it is. It gave me that document. So there's that whole thing that I can do. And now I can click this, and I can copy the link, upload it to X, LinkedIn, whatever, or I can download it as a PDF or a Google Doc to my computer, right? So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then we're just going to take a look at this. So there we go. There's all that information that I wanted in that document that I can work with. So, so this is what it said. Here's the CSV containing in-depth research. So let's take a look at what this looks like. So we're going to download this right here, and we're going to open the CSV file up. It's going to open in numbers for me because I'm on a Mac. So we've got different topics that are here, what the business owner needs. So it's got all that kind of stuff. I'm going to scroll over here. We've got some key sources. We're citating what it's doing. Proposed content angle is here. A catchy hook. And then the YouTube video titles that are here. Now, knowing this in hindsight and looking in this, when I said go find the titles, I could obviously just go search for these, but I could have refined that search and said include the actual YouTube link to those videos. This is fine with what's here, but now what I could do is I could actually upload this CSV file back into AI and say, help me come up with like a summary or a overview of the content that I'm going to create, or propose scripts if we're going to do videos, because now I have this based off of its deep research of what it did. So think about what it can do for your business. What are the tasks that you could get it to do? I've seen people do this for booking travel. Say, hey, I'm going to this place from this time. Can you go and research some of the best accommodations based off price, all that kind of stuff? And it will go and do that for you. And because it will integrate with email and your calendar, you can then ask it things about your calendar, things about emails that are in there, but you don't have to connect it to those if you don't want. So the world is changing, and ChatGPT agents, or we're going to see more agents in other tools that are coming out, as well as Go High Level has announced that they will be rolling out their own agents within their software. So check it out. If you've got any questions about what you saw here, please put a comment with the video, whether you're seeing this on YouTube or LinkedIn or any other channel out there. I'd be happy to answer all your questions.